this is like the 7th time that I'm trying to shoot this video. I don't give a crap whether it works or not today. Today is the last time I'm trying. Last time! Hi, I'm Oliver. Welcome to today's discussion. So today the title is sort of self-explanatory, so it's a bookshelf store, so just want to let you guys know what I have and quickly tell you what I read, what I liked and did not like, sort of in a nutshell. Because if you've watched my other video, you would know that in a nutshell is not something that I often do. I like to talk and talk and talk. So this is a good excuse to keep everything short and sweet. And the other thing is, I want you to tell me what to read next. But not only what to read next, but what should I read next amongst what I already have? Because I was looking like at my budget or whatever, thinking, okay, how many books should I buy or can I buy, or what books coming up, do I really want to have? And then I said, hold on. I do often buy books, but I never stopped to actually count how many books I've bought that I have yet to read. Well, I did the math, y'all. I have 256 books in like you see. Out of those, I've read 145 of them. And that means that I have 111 books that I own that I have not read. And that's excluding my ebooks. So I thought, you know what, for a while, I'm gonna try to read what I have. So I'm always open to suggestions about what you guys think that I should read. And I check the booktube community, looking what are good things that people read. But this video, serves as the purpose of, can you please tell me what I should read among what I have? Thank you. So let's get going. And by the way, this is well, it's not really bookshelves, more like bookcases, and this is an Ikea bookcase. Shocker, I know Ikea. And this is the Expedit model, I think it's called. I'm going to leave a link in the description box for the Ikea website. It's like 130 bucks. I think the price is good for the size of it, and since it's all small section, you can really break down things easily. So let's get going. Alright, so on the bottom shelf here, it's, a lot of school stuff or how-to books. So, I mean, you see some binders over there. And I was a student in linguistics. I did a bachelor degree in linguistics, and I started a master's degree in linguistics. So, a lot of those books are about syntax or phonology or stuff like that. A couple of how-to guides. You can see over here, these are my books for dummies for knitting and crocheting. Yes, because I'm that kind of party animal. On a Friday night, I just knit. Oh yeah. And my boyfriend's an IT guy, so there's a couple of programming type book there. Well, that's, because that's how I obviously organize my bookcases. So at the bottom are the things that I reach less often to things that I have more chances to reach out for. On the second row here, here are just some cartoon strips. So, some Tintins and Yokotsunos and stuff like that. Over here is all of my Walt Disney books from my childhood that I brought back from my hometown. And I don't know if you can see here that green and red book would be literally translated as Tell Me a Story Tonight. So it's one of those books with 365 stories, so that every night of the year you can have a different bedtime story. How cool is that? So cool. Alright, so over here I still have, some comics. Largo Winch is not mine, but I have some X-Men comic book here. I have some comics from the Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 8 and Angel season 6. I have here my Lustica, which is a cartoon strip in French that I've just reviewed, and this is Fun Home by Alison Bechdel, which I've reviewed so far. Both of those are definitely worth your time. If you understand French, pick this up. And this is available both in French and in English. It's a nice autobiography in a format that you might not be used to. So, I don't know. I have, not that I struggle per se, but I've found very few queer novels that I've enjoyed. And this is one of the few that I have. So, and she has a great website. So Dykes to watch out for. Check it out. And this is Mafalda, the entire series in one volume. So Mafalda is my dream child. If I could be sure that my child would be just like Mafalda, I would have a child tomorrow. But and over here is a lot other children's books. I have a couple of the Harry Potter in French because I started reading the Harry Potter series in French, and this is a Goosebumps novel. Remember Goosebumps? I mean, it used to be also a TV show, so I definitely remember that. That's my boyfriend's, but I have them too. This is the Golden Compass series, but it's in French. And this is my Sailor Moons. Yay! So I don't have them all here. I loaned some of them to a friend of mine. It's one of the very few manga that I have read, and well, basically because that I have read the entire series, because I gave a try to a lot of mangas, but I never got hooked on any of them. So, but Sailor Moon definitely is the way to go. And can we all agree? Here, Sailor Mars, HBIC. What? Oh, and by the way, Stellar V, not that great. Alright, so in the third row, so you see, I made like a little list. I still have like 4 books to read in that section. So this is my autobiography, memoirs, and biography section. So, you know, this I have not read, Loretta Lynn, Honky Tonk Girl. I love me some country music. And she's the woman who's that the movie Coal Miner's Daughter is based on. So I liked the movie and I liked her music, so I definitely want to check it out. I read Bossy Pants. I did not find it that great, maybe because I was expecting more, but it was too broken down. Like, it's not a traditional memoir, but rather just like essays and collections of writing about different topics, so kind of meh. Betty White is the only Betty White novel that I've read, and it's one of her latest ones, so I mean, I think I should check out more of her older work, maybe to get a grasp of, you know, like her real autobiography. This is not what it felt to me. This is the original Celine Dion biography. This is like a novel about the Hells Angels. I haven't read it. Not really have any desire for. My Inappropriate Life by Heather McDonald. She's a comedian. I reviewed this on my channel already. And it's fun. Even if you don't know her, it's more about work and like the balancing act of motherhood and marriage and wedding and compromising and stuff like that. So it's one of those rare celebrity memoir where the celebrity is not necessarily the focus, meaning even if you don't know her, you might enjoy it. Same thing with her first memoir, which was You'll Never Blue Ball in This Town Again. And can we just say girl? That font, no. Denied. But this was her quest to find a suitable mate. And I liked it, but it was up to her life until she met the guy at 27. So when it finished, you know, she's 40 now. It's like, what happens between the age of 27 and 40? And this is when My Inappropriate Life comes in. Maggie Griffin Tippett. I love Kathy Griffin. I love her mother. Official book club selection I've reviewed. I have a couple of Jenny McCarthy's book in linguistics. I've come across, you know, the influence or development of language into in regards to people who have autism or are on the autism spectrum. So I took an interest in that, and then I discovered her, and I like her book. They're accessible, and I feel like they're, they really do put you right into the action, especially this one, because that's sort of the origin and the first book she wrote. Whereas this, Mother Warriors, is more about accounts of other mothers or parents who have been through what she's been through. And this is just to Judge Judy book. I've reviewed this. This is brilliant. And this is tough, though. It's a tough read. It's a tough analysis about what the judicial system regarding in the family court has become and how it should change. And especially harrowing because it's an old book. It's from the 80s. And yet when you look at what it is today, nothing has changed. So whatever the problem were back in her day, they're still going on today. So it's kind of a pity. This one, it's more about relationship. And, she answers tough questions, about how you should, how in a relationship you should deal with money and like prenuptial agreement and whatnot. So kind of okay, I guess. And this is the book of Even More Awesome. I haven't read the original one. This is what I picked up. I haven't read it, but I think I'm going to read it this summer, like my cabin in the wood with a beer. I've heard it's uplifting and fun, so I was like, why not? I'm going to keep it for a light summer read. So that's it for my autobiography memoir section. These two sections are, just books that are either in English or in French, but were originally produced in, published in English. So I have here, see, I haven't read that. Schindler's List, I haven't read nor watched the movie. Game of Thrones, I started the book, but then I was like, oh wait, let me just watch the TV series so I'm gonna get a better grip of what the story is. I watched like 2 episodes, didn't get into it, so I didn't go further in the book. Maybe one day, just a book about mythology. This was a mandatory book in college, but it really is basically like a translation of all the Greek tales of the gods, so it's still kind of interesting. The Pianist, is it any good? I haven't read it. This is one of the few poetry books that I have. It was cheap. It was like one of those discount bids at Chapters. It's fine, but it's poetry, so it is what it is. I haven't read that. I haven't read that. This Poe collection, once again, it was a mandatory read because I took a world literature class. So it's fine, but like you read this and I don't know, they almost feel like cliche stories to me because I've sort of been exposed to murder stories and deceiving stories and people, like stories of people going crazy. So it's sort of nothing new, but it's still entertaining. This Joan Rivers novel is a big, cheesy, fun, quick, happy read. So, I mean, it's a paperback book. How much is it? Come on, like 10 or $8 in the US. Just pick it up. It's fun. Fateless or Fatelessness by Imre Kertész. I've already reviewed on my channel. It's good, worth your time. Child of God by Cormac McCarthy. I've reviewed, and it's definitely interesting, but a harrowing read. I've also have The Road. I loaned it to a friend. The Road, you can check it out. I've reviewed on my channel as well. This is another book about the Holocaust. Right after I read this one, I was like, oh, is there anything else? This is a little bit more like Sophie's Choice. And this, because in the sense that it deals more with the aftermath of going through the Holocaust, you know, as opposed to like Imre Kertész and Elie Wiesel Night Trilogy, which is really about being in the Holocaust. The Devil Wears Prada. I haven't read it. I've watched the movie, but is the book any good? The sequel is coming up, the book, so I'm interested in reading that for sure. The Perfume, I haven't read, and The Hours, I haven't read. So should I read those?